Last time we have completed Act 1 by defeating Quincy the Bandit King, but that is nothing compared to the things that are still ahead of us. A steampunk-themed civilization, giant mother spiders, and all kinds of other freaky shit. So let's get right into it. After defeating Quincy, I felt invincible. Naturally, I thought, Quincy wasn't that hard, might as well continue with the other bosses, right? Oh, and how wrong I was. The next boss was Sir Irvin, so I sniffed out his position to face him, and I got my ass handed to myself multiple times. It mostly was a skill issue, which I'd find out later, but at the moment I decided it'd be a better idea to get strong first. So I decided it would be a good idea to kill Leandra, since I can get a pendant that boosts my spell attack damage and yields me an unholy spell point, which I am using at the moment. The fight was going pretty well until this happened.
Motherfucker, run! Freeze! Raider! I think he's Raider! He's right behind me, Raider! Raider, please stop! Raider, you're running a little too fast! Oh my god, Raider!
Yeah, that shit made me furious. At the time I didn't know you can simply hit the shadows to kill them in one shot, which should have been obvious since the skeletons have been doing it the whole time. After I figured that out, it was a lot easier. After her, I killed the book lady and then went home to make myself the before mentioned pendant. Being equipped a lot better and thus having more power, I returned to Irvin and then, after a long fight, ultimately bested him. But with all these bosses slain, I unlocked a lot of new structures, and obviously more structures need more space. So I wanted to expand the base, but I made a horrible realization. You see, the hill I built on had two different layers, one being higher than the other. When I first moved here, I was sure that there would be a way to connect two layers with each other. So, filled with confidence, I tried to place the foundation. And I tried, but it didn't work. So I made the hard but probably better decision to just move my base entirely. I have chosen this spot due to it being in the new biome and as well as being near to the other biomes I have yet to explore. So I got to destroying ruins of old castles and trees that have been here for a long time to make space for new history. With the area now being cleared, I began building. With the new base being built, I placed a smithy to make a better version of the crossbow I was currently using. The problem was that I didn't have enough greater blood essence to craft it. So I spent the next 2 hours running around and killing any unfortunate boss that I came across to collect their unsullied heart. Occasionally taking a break to decorate my home a little bit more by placing lanterns and other decorative items. With the required essence now in my possession, I crafted the crossbow and ventured into the snowy mountains to hunt down Frostmaw. And on the way home, I came across General Elena, so I quickly took her out as well. Back home, I tailored myself some new armor, and while doing that, I browsed the V-Blood page to find out who was the next unfortunate victim of my unstoppable wrath. It was Gaius, the cursed champion. Now, this boss is kind of interesting. You see, when you summon him, which took me a while to find out on how to actually do that, he spawns a circle around you, which with time shrinks down more and more. If you leave this circle, or like me, get knocked out of it, you gradually take damage over time. Now, if this wouldn't be another problem already, this bitch's attacks has a massive knockback and can chuck you out miles, leaving you with no chance to get back into the circle, especially if your dash is on cooldown. But after a few painful tries, I eventually beat her. While fighting Gaius, however, I got notified about a rift incursion. I didn't know what this meant, but after checking out the map, I noticed these weird icons in the ruins of Mortium, and it piqued my interest enough for me to go and check it out. Unsure on what to do here, I only looted the chests and vases, but at the third location I'd noticed this black beam pointing into a certain direction. I followed the beam and got overrun by a horde of enemies. After eventually killing them all, the crystal shattered and dropped these Stygian shards. I don't know what to do with these, but we'll get back to them eventually. While heading home, I came across Jade the Vampire Hunter, and at the time I was pretty much on the same level, so I decided to fight her. Now, the fight itself wasn't too challenging, but that changed drastically because this bitch decided to pop out of nowhere, which made the fight significantly more difficult. But as per usual, I am the danger. And with her death, all bosses before the Act 2 main boss have been defeated. So it's time to finish Act 2. Just like that, we're done. Well, we're not quite done yet. Now, I went to check out the Gloomroot biome. After some time, I came across this factory-like looking place, so I decided to check it out. Hordes of enemies swarmed me, but they also dropped a lot of mechanical pieces, which will come in handy later. And I killed Ziva the engineer. After exploring a little bit more, I found this guy wandering out and about. I cut his walk short. While on the way home, I found this village, which I naturally looted, but Domina didn't quite like that, so I took care of her. We might be done with this biome for now, but we'll get back to it later. Anyway, moving on, we have to go to the second part of this biome, the northern part. Well, to be exact, we don't have to, but much rather I'd like to, since I wanted to explore a little bit more and also collect some batteries. While depleted batteries are not much of use, you can charge them up at these charging stations. But venturing to them is quite dangerous, since there's continuous thunder around them as well as a lot of enemies patrolling around. And then I returned home, only to find out that I have no use for them as of now. With that in mind, I went into the cursed forest to kill 4 bosses which inhabited this place, so that I could craft myself a new armor set. Now, do you guys remember me telling you the reason why I moved here? Because it was close to biomes I haven't explored yet. One of those being Silverlight Hills. Well, I would be lying if I said that I haven't tried going here, but we're not gonna mention that. So I returned being armed to the teeth, and I was furious. I pillaged every town of resources as well as... While being out and about, I found this broken pistol, which I wanted to reconstruct since I wanted to try the pistols anyway. Now, the pistol recipe is kind of long, so let me break it down for you. I need to craft a normal pistol, which requires greater blood essence. This, however, requires either a lot of normal blood essence or unsullied hearts. Now that you have the normal pistols, I upgraded them to the merciless version. But we're far from done. To reconstruct the broken pieces, we need an Ancestral Forge, which requires private blood essence. Luckily we have already collected enough exquisite hearts so that it won't be a problem. We need another. I quickly collected enough hearts to make another exquisite blood essence and thus finally reforged the Holy Grail. And with this godly weapon, I faced the final boss of Act 4. And wow, 2 videos and we're still not done, which, don't get me wrong, isn't a problem, but damn, this game has a lot to offer for the price. But for now, this is it, but stay tuned.